This land is calling.
my 2 feet are here on the Amazon Esports Arena stage, where the champion of the Esports World Cup will be determined. And as a player myself, I can tell you that all of the preparation, the research, the training, all of the preparation has been to get each player to this very spot, where the biggest challenge of them all awaits each participant. Now here, if you walk over with me, this is the fatal gear area. Players will place their key into the fixture and do battle on this head-to-head setup. It's equipped with professional chairs, quality headsets, and controller ports. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. The winner will retrieve their key and their journey continues. Losers of elimination matches will have their keys crushed and be out of the tournament. Will they be able to perform when the pressure kicks in? Will they be able to react when the situation presents? Will they be able to close it out with everything on the line? Questions that each player will be no doubt asking themselves in their own way at some point. But you guys don't have to worry about any of that. You guys get to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. It's EWC. It's Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. It's absolutely insane. Can't wait to get it on the way. How was it?
Okay. Yeah. What do you don't like?
The last bit. Can't wait to get it on the way.
This land is calling.
Hello everyone, I am here in front of the totem. Now, when you win your qualifier and you find yourself here at EWC as a competitor, the first thing that you need to do is collect your personalized key and frame. This is what recognizes you as a player in the tournament and legitimizes your status as a competitor. So you absolutely have to do that. You can't like rock up on the day talking about where do I sign up? You know, is there an LCQ? Can I just be a part of the bracket? You absolutely have to qualify, then go through the key collection process, and then that's how you get in. The key represents the heart, the beating heart of every single competitor in the tournament. So with no key, there's no heart. With no heart, there's no pulse. With no pulse, there's no rev gauge, no health bar, no gear super attacks, nothing, zilch, nada, nix. You'll be getting carted out of here ASAP, no Rocky. So you absolutely have to collect your key. Now, the game key, the players get. This key splits into two parts. There's the inner triangle and the outer frame. Okay? The inner key, this goes into the game trophy when the champion is crowned. The outer frame part of the key comes into this amazing masterpiece, the totem, forever immortalizing you as an Esports World Cup champion. I hope that little breakdown helps you guys. I've been Ryan Hart, and I'll see you later on. Take care.
What's up, everybody? My name is Justin Wong, and we're here at EWC for Fatal Fury. Before the competition starts, though, we have to do something called the King of Art. We have 3 of the players that qualified right here. We have RB, ZJZ, and ET. These guys are world-class players, but do they have the potential to be world class in art as well? This is what we're here to find out. And we have created some stipulations of characters doing some interesting stuff, and they will be the ones to draw these masterpieces. Let's see who does the best. So I want to ask for three of you, who do you think is the best artist?
I think CD.
ET, you go first. ET, here.
What?
Actually,
Okay.
both draw same. RB, how you feeling? You doing good?
I'm not good.
He's not doing good. Okay. ET, do you know what you're doing? It is finished. How do you say it? I think we have to say 加油, 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 加油. All right. 1 to 10. Give us a score. 1 to 10.
哦，那个是鸟人是不是？
Wait, no. There's no way you understood what he drew here.
他不是鸟人，
追加 WWE 啊。
It's Ronaldo. Ronaldo. This looks like Ronaldo. Okay, 1 to 10.
Okay. 3.
Oh, that's all right. 3.
4.
Cool.
Good friend.
Good friend. All right. So a total of out of 10 points, he has 7 points out of 30 on Cristiano Ronaldo as a wrestler. Okay, ET, good job. All right. ZJZ. I feel like ZJZ had an easy one. Tizak baking eggs. ET.
5.
5. Oh, good friend. Good friend. Okay, RB. 3. Okay. ZJZ in the lead, 8 points out of 30. Okay, that's not bad. Now let's talk about my personal favorite is RB's My on a Hippo. Okay, ET, score.
7.
7. Okay.
5.
Wow, 5. Okay. 12 points right there for RB. My on a Hippo. RB is going to be your winner for King of Arts. So, I mean, this is an amazing thing. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is only like the pre-show for Fatal Fury, EWC. These guys are going to be playing for lots of money. You guys enjoy this. Tune in, follow all the social channels to see how well they do in Fatal Fury at EWC.
I stepped into a realm of wonders where the sun kisses the sea. Two worlds inspired by each other. Two worlds making one. This land is calling, Saudi Red Sea.
It was 1991 when the world was first introduced to the legends of Southtown, to the story of the Bogart brothers facing off against the terrifying Keith Howard.
Round 1.
Even quicker than Mai's movement, the game took over every arcade it entered. And its story, its legend, was built. It took only a year before a sequel was released. And 3 years later, the third game arrived. Quickly followed by the 3 real-bout Fatal Fury games. Culminating in this special piece of art that was 1999's Garu, Mark of the Wolves. But as the millennium ended, arcade culture waned, and Fatal Fury lost its footing. The players dedicated the South Town and its fate made their way to the alternate South Town of KOF. And for 25 years, that was their only refuge. A South Town that shared so much with the one of Fate of Fury legend, and certainly made a way in their heart, but could never truly replace what was lost.
Hey, come on! Come on, come on!
Oh no, Terry, that's definitely not all. Because this year, a second era of Fatal Fury and a second South Town has officially started. Fatal Fury is back, and it's bigger and bolder than ever before. And right here in Riyadh, its players will face their biggest challenge yet to prove they are the true champions of Southtown.
Are you a player at the EWC? Prepare to get annihilated. At the Esports World Championship, you will experience the best hospitality in the world. He knows. Look at this guy. He's so happy. Just look at these guys. They're going there to the lounge with couches, and food, TVs, a reception, and even more couches. Done with the couches? Jump into the pool. Jump in the fountain. Jump in the elevator. Which one? All of them. There are so many. And if you are really missing your couches, there's more in the restaurant. The place is sweet, so sweet. Sweeter than all these desserts. Cakes are food. Food is good. Good is fruit. Here you will be healthy. Look at where you play. It's nuts. Look at where you sleep. It's even more nuts. It has the drip, the beds, the lights, curtains. The only thing that doesn't has is faucet. We're not fishing for likes. We even got Arabian lights. Play at the EWC. It's just like all these plants. You will be blown away.
Yo, Punko, you good?
Yo, we got media day, man. What are you doing?
Oh, bro.
This is bad, bro.
Did say something to him in Korean?
일어나세요. It's not working, bro. I don't know what's going on.
Wait a minute. I think I got an idea.
Up and at him.
We got you, Punko.
God, he's happy as hell.
List of people that's gonna beat him.
There you go. It's avant-garde.
Moki, right? I look at a player like Mo.
Yo, yeah, Moke for sure improved quite a bit. But I think the main story today isn't necessarily about the guys that did well yesterday. It's about the guys that are going to do poorly today, because we have got that hydraulic press waiting. We are going to crush the medals of those guys that don't perform today. So today is really sink or swim day for a lot of these guys.
Well, if you've just joined us and you want to be up to speed with exactly what happened in day one so we can find out what our position is here as we move into day two, let's take a look at our recaps, starting off with Group A, and boy, did it start off with a bang. The big names here inside the arena, and Xiao Hai showing, really putting on a show with a 3-0 performance against KOG, but he wasn't able to overcome the GOAT Xiao Hai, already qualifying for that final stages. Guys, let's take a look at some of the action here from Group A.
Yeah, you say GOAT, Logan. I say Michael Jordan, the best to ever do it. Xiao Hai showed us why this is all about him, right? He has a chance to two-peat, and of course, going into this first match against XYZZY, you see him already exercising every single Rev Excel that he can. The sweet old super confirmed. Xiao Hai was on cruise control, baby.
And the whole Team Falcons just being extremely loud in the venue, just making it difficult for Xiao Hai to even concentrate. He did that with all that pressure in the venue.
I mean, Xiao Hai is no stranger to, I think, having people cheering against him. The guy, everybody kind of expects him to do well, particularly in SNK games like your KOS, right? And then in this game as well, it's no exception. We're seeing him just kind of dominating.
You talk about expecting well. Chris G here expected to be a little salty, right? We saw the tweets, had to run the gauntlet of all the Billies, but really did his homework, dissected Koji KOG. You see the bait on the super right there. Chris G with the proper punish. 2C, here's a super of my own, my guy.
Chris G taking it in the Hokutomaru pool, or the Billy pool with his Hokutomaru. We got Billy versus Xiao Hai here. So Chris G did extremely well here against Xiao Hai. Probably the better performance that we saw of the two. But unfortunately, Chris couldn't really close it out in the end. That was a phenomenal whiff punish from full screen. He did that.
It was a call out. Yeah, he was like, "Yo, I know you're gonna cancel into that the pole extend. I know you're gonna do this. Let me just kill you for it, right?" And like that just goes to show how much Chris G has studied this matchup, and he was so ready for it. But in the end, like you mentioned, I mean, Xiao Hai he's that guy. It's so difficult to overcome that guy. Plus this matchup as well.
Both these players are interesting. They don't lose to the same thing twice, right? I see Chris G has great adaptations. Same with Xiao Hai as well. As you see, look at the spacing. He's actually playing out of that Hokutomaru 2C sweet spot there and utilizing his own to capture him. So,
of course, Xiao Hai closing it out, and he does advance into that grand finals stage, which will be single elim. He'll be playing tomorrow, but today Chris G still in it. He does still have a chance. He'll be waiting to find out who the winner of the first elimination match is. Let's take a look now at what happened in Group B. Keep us up to speed. There you can see the brackets, and as they stand right now, Fenrich opening up with a big win, silencing once again the Falcons fans in the arena. A 3-1 victory against ET. CJZ shutting down Reynolds with a 3-1 victory. In the qualification match, it was Fenrich who really showed out, and his consistency early on in Fatal Fury, breaking out as a standout performer. He is maintaining that form, qualifying for the final stages. Let's take a look at some of the action, starting off with those round one matches.
Yeah, I gotta say, when it comes to the round one matches, Fenrich, he put on such an impressive clinic with this character. He was just all gas, no brakes. He was putting on the offense, and nobody was really able to stop him.
yeah, I mean, you said all gas, no brakes. You know what I mean? That's from my man Jacob. But yeah, he was. You can see right here the full extensions, and we know just how well Kind, even being a well-rounded character, having fireballs, having zoning capabilities, he can really just hound you down with them offense though instead.
You can see how stressed ET was throughout this entire set, can't you?
Yeah, and I was going to say full screen Rev Art right there, making sure he catches him. And again, does not have a good time. Fenrich like, yeah, I did it.
ET reaction in real time, man. The grimace. Ugh.
And then Reynolds here versus EJZ. He opens up the very first opening round. Reynolds putting in work. Almost had it, but then ZJZ just started bringing it back.
Yeah, ZJZ started to play up to his name, right? He started to play a bit more lame, but really what worked out in his favor, those variable options on defense, switching between the feints, switching between the EX fireballs, going for the EX flip kicks there. And you'll see Randall just getting caught trying to take his turn back, just like right there, every single time, hammering him down. The incremental damage started to stack up, and we saw the level 1 super for the win.
Yeah, even the character switch wasn't really enough to bail him out there. I mean, he was just trying to do a lot of the same game plan that he was doing with the Kind, and ZHC was just ready for it. He had the download. Right, and yeah, I mean, honestly, I was really hoping for Randall to do really well. Of course, the American bias.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, so this is Fenrich versus ZJZ. This one was over so quickly, bro. Fenrich really just ran over ZJZ.
Yeah, I remember missing a little bit of the first half because I went to the restroom and I came back, and I mean, and that's just Fatal Fury, right? You can get ran over. That's Kind, I should say. The type of character that he is will just literally run you over with those panzers. You see the double cross up. You are so gross for that one, Fenrich. Had to really flex on ZJZ.
Yeah, Fenris was just put on a clinic this whole match. Look at this. Look, he's just gonna get the combo.
My man put him to sleep. ZZZ, bro.
Yeah, that was like an 80% combo, bro. That was crazy.
Doesn't even do the setup. Guard cancels into the blade kick. That's what you wanted to see, right, Aru?
I love seeing them guard cancels, man. You know I love seeing high-level defensive techniques being utilized, especially on a stage like this. It is not easy to do all that stuff, and these guys, they're pulling it out like it's nothing.
A fantastic run from Fenrich. He already qualifies, and we will have the remainder of the qualification matches from that group coming up later today. Let's take a look at Group C, which also delivered some big fixtures. In the opening round, first up, we have Goichi and Nemo, and what a close set. That was our closest set of day one, but Goichi took that 3-2. Kindevu breaking hearts with a 3-0 clean sweep. He wasn't breaking the hearts, though, of the Falcons faithful in the arena who were loving that performance. They didn't love it in the qualification match, though, as Goichi pushes through for his team Detonation and qualifies for the finals. Kindevu waiting in the qualification match for the winner of lower bracket round one. Guys, let's take a look at the action here.
Goichi versus Nemo was exactly what I expected to be. Two players with concrete, cemented defense, right? A strong foundation from games where you have to block a lot of crazy stuff, and we got to see which player was able to make the other conform to their style in the fastest way possible.
That's right. I like how you bring up the fact that you have to block a lot of crazy stuff in the games that they're from, because that means that the offense is just that crazy, and we were seeing that on display, particularly from Goichi. I mean, look at these setups that he's doing, and look at the defense as well from Nemo. Great counter poke there, and that's how he closed it out.
And both players are very strong in the scramble, which happens quite consistently in this game. And see. You can see here, closing it out. Nemo looks so sad.
I wonder if he's trying to go for a JD there. It looks like he was, because there was a bit of a gap in between the super connect, and he tried to flex for a bit, but the reactions weren't there.
The Falcon flags are flying.
Oh, they're flowing, and like Logan said, Nico. On our zone, this was a tough one here. Dark Angel started out really hot, though. You saw he made it out, they confirmed, but there is the crowd. They were just so strong. Dark Angel was unable to really mount his pressure again after that. That just raucous crowd there.
Yeah. Dark Angel, it's a mix of the crowd. A mix of playing such a seasoned player like Kindevu, just
and you got to bring up also the fact that he's playing Terry into Kine. I mean, that is not an easy matchup, right? I mean, Dark Angel, kudos to you for trying it, but that was an uphill battle to be. Sure.
Uphill battle. We got two kinds going at it here, though. We saw Kindevu and Goichi. Kindevu, I mean, we got to talk more about his performance in general. I feel like he was someone who came into this bracket that wasn't as talked about as much as the Xiaohais and even the Goichis, but really here doing the best he could. Goichi, though, with the success rate there.
Oh, and you saw he tried to use that the invincibility to go through the orb. It was a nice idea, but it didn't work out for him, and it cost him that round.
Had it worked out for him, that would have probably been it for him.
I love the way that he tried to back up and bait out something there, and the patience as well from Goichi. I mean, you knew he was already a step ahead. Goichi of course looking so strong. I think he is looking the most likely to dethrone our, the guy everyone's talking about. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Possibly. I don't know.
Maybe, right?
The little child guy?
The little guy.
Yeah, little guy. Yeah.
Well, as I said, Kindevu still in it, and he will have the backing of the Falcons faithful. I appreciate that he committed to the bit as well with the hair dye. That's definitely going down great with the Falcons fans in attendance. Hopefully he won't go down to the hydraulic press later on. We'll find out more on that. Let's take a look at Group D, though. And again, that was one of our most eagerly anticipated groups. The opening round that saw Punko go head-to-head with Moke, and it was Moke who once again got the win for Falcons, turning it round and cruised into that qualification match 3-1. RB against the Geo. Both of these guys representing organizations outside of the club championships. They're playing for personal glory, but it was RB that managed to get through into that qualification match, but Moke shut him down. Guys, let's take a look at this first match, though, between Punko and Moke.
Shot him down was so apropos, Logan. I felt like there was at no point in this set that Punko was ever in control, right? We make jokes about Gato closing his eyes, but clearly he had them shut because Mark was just running amok. If you will, all over Punko with his pressure.
Yeah, I mean, defensively, it never felt like Punko was able to make Moke sweat. Moke obviously was just able to be very evasive with that character of his, and of course, Punko has a lot of trouble catching him.
And here, RB versus Geo. RB the favorite to take this when we were discussing it earlier yesterday. You see Gio contemplating on what to do. Oh, man. So you can't really start his offense ever.
No, not really. I mean, he gets a couple good sequences there, but I feel like after the first game, things really just like, I mean, he didn't even get a game, did he?
I don't think
he got one right there. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
It's still super confirmed, but I mean, it's still hard, right? It's a tall order. First to 3, which a lot of these players are not as used to. That is such an anticlimactic way to go down.
Yeah.
But that extra game, it really gave a player like RB another chance to assess the situation and find the upgrade that he needs.
And RB versus Moke. Moke coming in with his Hokutomaru, and again, the crowd behind him with Team Falcons taking that game right there. I think he was up, that's 1-1 right now?
Yes. Right. You know, we talk about Team Falcons, right, Gibby? But honestly, Moke was the only player in the group stages from Team Falcons to actually qualify on the winner side. The other 3 players have to fight underneath today. We'll catch their stories later. But really, I am so proud of Moke finding his spot to this tournament from the last event to qualify from.
Nice. I like the usage of the reversals there from Moke. Undeterred, making the big calls. RB's movement throughout that set was also incredible. Using the movement expertly to avoid the teleports, right?
That's the floor panels in there. He's able to smooth like that and get under that teleport.
Sliding around.
Michael Jackson style, but there's the block on the DP, and that's going to work out there. But yeah, still, I mean, not deterred. Moke was able to come through. On top.
Oh, and look at
SMB match of the day, ET and Reno. Guys, what can this promise for us?
Two past Evo champions in previous games. They've had a fun rivalry going on. And as you mentioned earlier, Rome, Reynolds losing to ET is what allowed ET to qualify to come to this event.
Yeah, ET's here because of that. Reynolds was literally winning, had the game in the palm of his hands as CEO, and then the last round just got his brain a little frazzled by the obnoxious offense of ET, and ET took it.
And both these guys are kind of crazy players, kind of wild. They want to force their will. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a really exciting match either way.
That is it. It's time to go over to the arena. The matches are lined up. It's Fatal Fury City of the Wolves coming up next. Next. the highlight, the entire nameplate of this day is eliminations. That is the goal. Hello, we're your hosts, Milosh and Hollywood Rob TV. We're sort of happy to be here with you.
I'm telling you right now, Milosh, the energy is absolutely electric. You can feel all the nerves backstage right now, but of course, it's only to be expected because we are having the highest stakes possible. First and foremost, I want everybody to know, today is all about this right here. Let me set this down for 1 second. Come on. Make sure we get that right there on the camera. Quite literally, this is the key. This represents these players' tournament lives. Everyone starts off with one, and at first, it looks like this.
And right after, it looks like this. Not just your key, but your hopes and dreams all shattered here at the Esports World Cup, and it's all about surviving.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that said, we're going to see who will eventually end up putting their key, sealing their key into the EWC trophy. There can only be one, but we got to start off here. Our first match of day 2 is ready. Let's get to it. Bringing our first player to the stage, Koji KOG. Koji KOG, of course, fighting out of Japan, known historically for his grappling play, and now, of course, that switched it up in the world of Fatal Fury. He's known also for his chaotic energy. It's terrifying facing off against someone like that in such an important match, but his opponent is going to have to do exactly that.
Oh, let's welcome his opponent, XYZZY! Representing Team Falcons. Despite the hometown Falcons crowd, he was unable to break Xiaohai yesterday in a Billy mirror match. But we are about to find out what happens when his back is against the wall.
This is about to be a crazy one. Oh, the crowd hyped up too. Look at him over there. Look at XYZZY. He hyping up the crowd and everything. Okay, he liked that. But the hometown power-up is one thing. Not hometown, but of course home team. But they cannot play for you at the end of the day. It's going to come all down to the skills. Koji.
Gentlemen, please.
XYZZY. Please join me right here for the face off. We know what's going on. These fellas are trying to. Oh, look at him! Oh,
he's got the arm.
Oh,
he's got the crazy eyes on. Oh.
Oh, that's absolute insanity. Okay, calm down. Koji, we've seen enough. Go ahead to your setups. It's time to get our first match started. Ladies and gentlemen, day 2 of Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is underway. Let's get to it and send things over to our commentators.
It is a BEA beautiful day here at EWC to kick off day number 2, qualification day, but as others know it as, the fatal part of Fatal Fury, the elimination phase.
Oh man, that's the scary part. Being in the chance where you're like, okay, I can qualify, or am I going to get eliminated? That is the scary part. And obviously, you know the players, KOG and XYZZY, and us talking to you. My name is Justin Wong, and co-caster Jeremy Vicious Lopez. You know, we had a lot to think about from the first day. How do you feel about these players? Some of them are going to achieve their dreams, get in the top 8, and some of them are just going to drown and get their key crushed.
Right. You know, that's easily one of the more exciting parts to see who progresses, but it's always going to be the heartbreaker to see who gets their dreams and hopes crushed along with their key. But as a fan of the game,
yes,
that you and I both are, it's going to be very ecstatic to see how much they developed their game plan in comparison to day one and what they've seen through their other predecessors, right?
Yeah.
Again, they're starting off in the lower bracket. Not only do they have to prepare with what's in front of them right now, but what happens going further as they each are going to be playing 2 games straight.
The crazy part is about this matchup. It's going to be a Billy mirror match. Rob TV already pointed out that KOG, right? He lost to Chris, but the thing is, XYZZY lost to Xiaohai in the Billy mirror match. So if you think about just studying purposes, KOG might have the upper hand because he's like, okay, this is how XYZZY lost the Billy matchup. Even though XYZZY started out as a Billy main when the game officially came out, when you think about KOG, he actually qualified super late in the process because he originally was a Vox main.
That's right.
And he switched to Billy recently to get that qualifier spot from CEO, right? So now it's like OG Billy versus new school Billy. Who is going to be the dominant Billy player in this set right here?
Well, this is where the counteract kind of comes in, right? When you talk about this type of argument, or at least this type of point being made in the conversation, what's to stop XYZZY from sharpening his own skills in the mirror match? Right?
Yeah.
Like, he had fallen short against one of the more premier players. Although, let's be honest, Xiaohai, he had just picked up the character not too long ago. Still, there's a lot of values to be taken from that L. Like, what do you do now going forward to progress against another Billy main, right? That could be another part of the conversation. So it really does depend based off of the player's inherent skill set.
Yeah, that's true, right? If your whip punish is on point, can you check Billy's dashes after he does so many different type of light attack, right? Are your anti-airs, the high dodge super important? Are your reads, even with wake up, just ignition gear, is that one super important too, right? And also, the one thing that XYZZY did do a lot, but just failed, was kind of the guard cancel. He kept guard canceling a little bit way too early, right? So it's like, does he have the timing to actually do it this time correctly? But look at this. Already he's in a bad spot. He's getting hit right away.
And that's one of the things I wanted to talk about is what happens when you are stuck in plus frames in that vortex defensively.
Answer right here. Are we going to spend the bar here? He has the bang out, wake up super. Yes. That was intense.
Going for these throws a bunch, which is maybe why
it really feels like, because of that zero frame super, like XYZZY kind of put himself back into this game number 2 right here, right?
Yeah.
So now he's getting hit. He's in a position where he still has full SPG, just took out KOG's SPG, goes for a throw right here. This is a guess for game scenario. It's either throw or get hit by the strike for the next comp for the kill.
no anti-air possibility. He just didn't even want to try to go for it.
didn't.
SPG still intact from the side of ZZY.
Okay, plus again the zero frame super.
Oh, too far.
Unfortunate.
That was actually too far for the rest of the super to hit.
Yes, and now he's going to go for the side switch, tries to go for another frame trap, chasing down with a standing thief, +3 into the feint. Another hyper defense, but it's not going to work out because he doesn't have meter this time.
Kind of tough.
Oh my god, this is do or die. Nice air to air, goes for a throw. Is that enough? No, Pixel. Chip damage on the table to the overhead.
Did you see that coming?
No, I didn't see that coming. I was expecting they're like both Billies are not really abusing too much when one is in SPG versus the other. They're not using a lot of rev blow in particular, especially against these guard cancels. It's like once you guard cancel the last hit, kind of a guarantee rev blow in there.
Right, it makes sense. Sense. That's something you have to have in the arsenal. The counter hit is there, actually. We opted to go for the very close A. No NCR. Intact, but still waiting upon the landing of KOG. That's so much smarter. That is a counter hit from the side of ZZY. Now taking control of the set, if I'm not mistaken.
It's actually a big brain move, right? Because you see KOG just kind of like jumping, but not pressing a button. Because the thing is, if XYZZY did a high dodge attack and cancel into a special move, it won't combo because it's not a counter hit, right? But XYZZY is pressing the landing frames with the standing A to kind of like trip guard it, and you can't really block in that last frame when you land there.
Yeah, so I think the timing overall is always going to prevent like KOG acting upon landing. So he has to come in hot, right?
He has to come in hot. He has to sometimes think about swing. That's the thing, to kind of like keep him respectful and keep him like where you can't just do standing A every single time as your answer.
Did you see the puddle from the side of ZZY, by the way, or at least from like KOG. So KOG came in swinging and immediately got bodied with like a super.
Yeah, that's true. True. The way sometimes you have to do, like, this is a character that doesn't have a reversal besides using ignition gear.
Yes.
So it's like you kind of have to really spend it.
Ooh.
Nice. Go for the feint right there. Ooh, a little bit too far for the pull. One of the plus frames and just poking away. Because look, XYZY, he can close it out, and he does with the level 1 right there. I think he expected, KOG expected him to dash after the light.
I think so.
Right? But the thing is, he frame trapped with another light instead of a dash.
I think it's the first time we actually saw a standstill between the two Billy mains.
Yeah.
Where we actually saw them play to the potential of what we thought initially of them being like a zoner, right? That was actually kind of fun to see.
Oh, okay.
God,
Jumping
so
C again. Tries to just defend all of them. Again with the shimmy, though. Onto the corner. Look at the damage right here. We're going to go for the hard knockdown, or we're going to just like finish the combo, give him a chance to roll. And he does go for the roll.
to be fair, KOG has been doing an excellent job of chasing the tech roll majority of the time, right? And look at this onslaught, too. He was forcing that overheat. And the big opener, despite that, ZZY at least taking a good chunk of that SPG
Okay,
with
the
him.
plus frames after that with the forward B. I like the little frame kill. Yeah, right. It's really, really cool. But now it's up to XYZZY to defend from the overheat, right? And he's close to it, 21%, 14, 13, 12, 10. If he gets that cooldown, he survives here, and he's going to be able to survive with the cooldown.
But is it to anything worth of it? I mean, is there going to be a way for him to actually get a lot of damage and the kill? Not quite yet. Watch this overhead.
Oh, the slowdown. Look at that.
It's like we knew.
It's like we knew.
Like he was backing up and trying to telegraph it a little bit.
Yes.
But it's like sometimes when it's too obvious, you still don't believe it.
Sometimes
right?
you just have to let it rip with the super, because I get it's hard.
Yes.
Because the thing is, I could go for chip damage, but the thing is, if he read that you did wake up super, nice, that at the same time. Oh, they both clash. That's crazy. First we get a double KO, and now we're getting double clash with the Rev Blow at the same time. You don't see this happen all the time. But look at this, 98% on XYZZY. He has to be careful.
Damn, he went from 98% to 98 degrees. He was heating up.
Ooh, okay. Go for the fire right there. Is that going to be
no way?
Yeah, that super is really good. Hits from both sides from a high angle. You can't really hop jump out of it, actually.
No, and even just defending him is kind of tricky because you have to do crossover and then go back to the other side or cross off, I should say.
Oh my god, he overheated. Even with all those just defend attempts, still getting overheated, but it doesn't
lights into
matter.
the super, Justin.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. XYZZY eliminates Koji Cog. Yeah, what a crazy first match. And it's a Billy mirror match. And I know a lot of people are like, it's another Billy mirror match. But that was an amazing display from both different parties and having similar answers with double KOs, with the same time Rev Blow where it just clashed amongst each other. It was beautiful to see.
I couldn't believe he was at the same frame.
Yeah, right?
Like, you saw guard cancel.
That's rare.
That's
super rare.
Very, very rare.
Right? Super rare to guard cancels. And even, I think that might have been the first 2 0-frame supers from XYZZY.
I will agree with you. We did not see that as often, if at all, during day one.
That's what I'm saying.
But the fact that we saw it within the same set, very, very impressive stuff. And there are some technical aspects to it, right? You see the technicality of some of these defensive mechanics and how much it can change up the match, right? That amount of damage plus getting somebody off you while under fire like that, because let's face it, having the pogo pull in to be plus like that, you kind of want to panic. But in the meantime, we'll toss it over to the guys down below for that quick interview with XYZZY.
First and foremost, congratulations to XYZZY for such an amazing performance. This crowd, so much support for you. Really quick before we get started, can we hear it one more time? Hey, Iwa! Hey, Iwa! You absolutely love to see it. The first thing I want to ask you about having the crowd being this energetic and this supportive of you, what is it like?
일단 XYZZY 선수 정말 승리 축하드리고요. 첫 번째 질문으로는 이렇게 또 많은 관중들께서 또 이렇게 열띤 응원해 주시는데 지금 좀 기분이 어떠신가요?
여러 사람들이 이렇게 응원해 주는 거는
whole entire time, right? And based off this what are saying, which is Billy. It's a really tough decision because I truly still think that maybe for Renault, Kind is his best character. by far.
And I would agree with you there. I think to a degree.
13 champ, and he is here trying to add. In EWC to his title. This side, Reynolds. Yep. Reynolds is definitely not going to be bothered by any of the jeers in the crowd. It's only going to power him up. I see how Reynolds gets down. Trust.
I have seen how excited he gets regardless of the matchup. It doesn't phase him, but so it does not phase his opponent. Let's welcome to the stage, ET! Fenrich proved a tough opponent with his Cayenne despite the swap yesterday in Group B. Will the SNK legend reboot before it's too late? We are about to find out. In this crowd, no matter what, you give them a Team Falcons player, they are going to cheer for him from dusk till dawn.
Well, we are about to see if they're going to be leaving right here happy or in pain. That is the drama. That is what makes all of this special when it comes to competition. Only the players can play for themselves. Reynolds, ET, please meet us right here in the front. We need to see the face-off.
Right in the eyes. Welcome, Dead, right in the
Oh,
eyes.
yeah. Oh, yeah. That energy look a little different.
It's like Cayenne is on stage.
Okay, listen. I do know Reynolds is one for the trash talk. Do either of you guys got any last words for your opponent? Either way.
Good luck.
Good luck. Just good luck too. Okay, enough said then. Go ahead to your setups. Somebody has to go home. Someone's key is about to be crushed.
And we are about to have a boatload of fun, Rob. That is it. We're ready. We'll send it to our commentators and kick off our match of the day.
This is absolute cinema right here. I have to give a big shout out to production because once they did the face-off, you heard the music, he said, dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun. And I was like, oh, ain't no way. This is cinema right here because these two are rivals, man. These two play, they have a similar play style where they're unpredictable and they don't get phased even if you punish them, right? So it's one of those things where like, who is going to fold first?
That's right. They don't really get discouraged from getting punished off of the things that they choose to do upon wake up or even defensive maneuvers.
Yes.
Right? When you think about what's going to be on the table for both ends, a lot of the decision making on defense will possibly revolve around a wake up ignition super.
Yep.
However, with the things that you just said, the points that you made with both players, I don't think they will be discouraged even if they get punished numerous times for making said decisions.
Yeah. It's just tough because like, maybe that's why I would say going to research with ET in general, like he lost to so many kind players and different kind players, not even the same one, because if you do wake up with something and kind blocks it, he makes sure that it's going to pay, right? He can combo in two ignition gear supers in one combo.
If he needs to, yeah.
Right? Most of his combos do naturally minimum 50-60% corner carry with the rev low, sets up a rondo. So it's like, it's really, really scary. But we might even not see Kind because of Reynolds using Billy lately, right?
And that's so wild.
Yeah, do you go for the character counter pick or the player counter pick? That's the most important part you got to think about.
Do you think, so here's my follow-up question to that. Do you think Reynolds is an inherent player counter pick towards ET? In order to really answer that question.
Yeah, it's really tough because I feel like because he won Evo for King of Fighters, he naturally will just play characters in general. Like I think in his head, he feels like he will naturally just win based off the character field that he wants to play, the progression on how he wants to learn, or maybe even the character of the day. Who knows? But you know, knowing him, he's very unpredictable, right? Reynolds, he knows how to play multiple characters. ET throughout this whole entire series of just trying to qualify for EWC and all the tournaments he played, he has stuck with one character throughout this whole entire season.
And it's been
Maru, right?
That's right.
And this is a character that has good runaway, just kind of like able to kind of dictate the neutral from the air and to the ground.
Yeah, he also has a really slow projectile to either follow up with or just kind of keep the other person away in preparation for their movement against it. Right?
Yes. So it's just one of those things on like, what are you going to think about? It is a best of 5. So we might even see Billy and Kine, right?
That's true.
At the same time, depending on like how do you approach the matchup. Because ET, like when you look at this matchup where, let's say, for example, like Chris G, who's way more defensive, he understands how to fight the Billy Kane matchup because he's not going to engage and be put in scenarios. But ET, like I said, it's kind of like he's an on and off switch where sometimes he wants to go super offensive heavy, sometimes he wants to go super defensive heavy. You just can't tell when it's going to be turned on and off. That's the real thing.
That's a pretty significant thing to state, right? Like he hasn't really had that challenge just yet. He had to face off against Fenrich in the startup of Group B, and that was just one of the other kinds that you had mentioned. Now he's going to be forced in a position where he has to kind of halt his momentum, or at least halt the way he wants to play significantly just based off of the character he's facing, which is going to be the Billy pick coming out from Reynolds.
It is a tough draw when you think about like Group B is like, I know a lot of people are talking about Group A and everything, but it feels like Group B is the real like the group of death, in my personal opinion, especially for everybody.
And I would agree with that. I think Roman said it pretty well during the analysis segment. He said a lot of these players have something to prove, and that is exactly this pool. They're definitely going to be playing just like it. ET already off to an amazing start as we had prefaced the matchups with that one slight avoidance with that short hop, allowed Reynolds to get the big opener and the side switch now, hopping in there. Yeah, we get the overhead.
I love the use of the overhead because the overhead didn't really do much, but the thing is, the overhead took out the SPG. That was the reason why the overhead was there, but the thing, like I said, ET is willing to let it rip, right? It doesn't have to be just like wake up reversal. It could just be just challenging reversal. What a high dodge against the Zonikin. That was really good right here. It's time for Reno. He caught him flinching. Didn't confirm with standing C after the D feint. Went for a much easier light confirmed there.
Expected maybe an escape out?
Yeah, possibly. Maybe a jump out.
Hence why he aimed that pogo to the sky, but now that level 1, the ignition.
That was a hard read, actually. Super hard read going up in the sky. He doesn't really need to do that in particular. Nice little punish right there with the 2B. Okay, I love the chase down. It's not going to be enough. He doesn't have ignition gear to close us out, but this is a guess for game or throw or overhead or anything like that, really. Oh, nice. And ET now. Look at that. ET is like, all right, cool. I could definitely take the Billy. But do we switch to Kindo? Oh,
I would love to see it. We don't see that much type of, oh my God, the rev though, immediately out the gate in rebuttal. But we haven't seen the Reynolds gameplay that we're so used to just yet, right? ET is the one putting him upon defense more often than not and dealing the most damage. But now this is the lock that we were expecting from Reynolds, trying to jump out perhaps from the side of ET.
Man, the close A is just such a menace because it really puts you in a position where you have to take so many lights. And because you're thinking about all these lights, you're like, let me hold up, let me back. But the thing is, you're just jailed. You're locked into this position right here. And this is the first time throughout this game in particular, ET has a chance to attack. Okay. Oh, with the bullseye. Nice little wild punish right there. Because I think at that point, Reno's just willing to kind of like, I just need one hit. I just want some chip damage, or maybe this randomly long range move will hit to close up the round, right?
Yeah, they were definitely rebased. You saw two of his actions prior when he had ET in the corner, trying to go for like a random rev blow or trying to go for an upper cargo in general, right?
Renault holding up, it seems like right there. Nice, using the rev guard to push away.
What a dash under against
for the
ET.
side switch. Yeah, so good there. Uh-oh. What is Reynolds going to do? Nice tech from ET, though. Good challenge. Good break on the Danikin to kind of like get a cheeky mix-up right here. Steal his turn.
That was very delayed as well. Up to one more blow against Reynolds at a sliver, a pixel of health. ET, he's going to be throwing a lot of the
Nice. You know, every time when I see like Okunomaru use the ninja stars like this, I think of that as like, that's free life. Because
the just defense.
Yeah, you only need one just defend and you just defend all 3 hits, right?
I agree.
It's like free life, right? So that's the thing you have to worry about. Okay, nice challenge right there. High dodge, didn't get a counter hit. We get the light confirmed. Still both an SPG here. Super important here. Think about Sonic with the fakes.
Yeah, hence we saw the right on the empty jump throw for the side of Reynolds to get past the armor potentially. ET, he was cognizant of it, snipes him out airborne with the shuriken. Now, I'm thinking the throw is coming. Reynolds was the one to reach first. ET with a full XL route, level 1 coming.
That's the hard part. Like, if anything, if Reynolds had, if we had to say what was one thing that's standing out where like ET's taking advantage of Reynolds' defense, it's the shimmies. Literally just dash up into hop jump. It always forces Reynolds to kind of like reach, right? Because he's always thinking about, oh, he's gonna grab me, right? And it's hard to stop that because of just human habits in general.
That's right.
But you're so used to doing that. And we're going for Billy again. I'm just really surprised at this. This is a lock-in situation where Reynolds has to win 3 straight. We're not going to see Kind at all. So this is literally do or die for Reynolds right here.
Yeah, which is really, really tough to imagine because you were talking about the stats earlier, right? ET, the reason why he's in the loser side to begin with is the fact that he fell short to Fenrich.
Yes. But look at ET with the guard cancels, right? Throwing more of the kunais. Nice. I like that. Crouching B, and there are a lot of people were talking about that crouching B this whole weekend from Billy. It just hits from a mile away. But Okunomaru is another character that crouching B hits from really, really far.
Yeah.
They both have similar, like in terms of light normals, in terms of crouching Bs and how do you confirm it from it, they're both very similar in many ways.
Yeah. We've definitely seen light confirms a bunch, but again, the shimmy with the short hop. ET, just nice and simple into the ignition. Looking at match point against Reynolds. Is this going to be our match of the day 3-0?
It's tough, you know, because everyone was expecting kind of like this huge back and forth, but ET has found what works is the shimmy, right? The shimmy, I feel like even after the sequence, if ET gets a chance, he's going to go for the shimmy to try out to close out the game. Okay, spend the super. Nice. Doing the optimal damage. Most damage. Safe jump right here. No reason for ET to spend any bar here. And I think this is okay because he's up 2 games and match point. So it's not going to phase him right there. This is all the pressure. You saw, like, we don't know what Renault was saying, but he's like, come on, man, let's lock in that type of like attitude like this.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great way to start. He does get the jump over against the shuriken, fully punishing the projectile, getting the hard knockdown with the rev bolt, but more importantly, the side switch, right? ET being in the corner, forced to use the ignition. Reynolds now on the defensive end, or so we thought up until this point. That jump just hierarching over Reynolds for the position.
Nice from Reynolds. He adapted from the shimmy right there. That was so good because you saw how ET really wanted that. If he had that, it would have been him in such a hard position. But the fact that Reynolds was like, no more, please. Let he jump back. That was huge game changer right there. Huge game changer, huge adaptation right here. Especially this is survival. And this is kind of what you think about, right? Reynolds a person that lives on like, if I have 1 more HP left, I play better. Like all my sends The senses are heightened at this point.
Again, with another similar start as the previous round, that big jump to initiate the punish on the projectile against ET to start off. And exactly how we prefaced it earlier. He went for a back grab in the previous round, and now getting a shimmy out of the book of ET to get a big punish. Look at the lead that Reynolds has right now.
Yeah, I mean, right now the momentum is definitely going towards Reno at this point. He just wants to trade with any type of light to close out the round for ET, and the forward dash against the teleport. That's amazing right there, because that's not easy to do. It's such a fast rev teleport there, and it's plus on block. You get a free combo afterwards. Something you have to be careful about.
Get off me.
Okay, get off of me, he says.
Very
yeah, one of those things where the tech window for throws is pretty high, and that's why kind of like the hop jump shimmy does work, because you're preemptively trying to late tech.
You see Reynolds actually taking a little bit of a, I want to say like a more patient approach. He's the one that's trying to like back away and force ET to kind of like chill out for a little bit.
Yep.
ET, again, the way that we preface his play style, he's very, very aggressive, and he's showing that off right now.
Oh my
That was delayed as hell.
Yeah, with the air rev blow, and it's something we don't really see too much air rev blows in general. That's I feel like we see a lot more ground rev blows, but air rev blows are still kind of unexplored. I must have to say.
Armored dive kick.
Armored dive kick. Yeah, I mean high dodge attack. It's one of those things where everyone's so scared of high dodge attack. Okay, can Reno close out right here? I mean, oh no, that's a counter hit. Gets the crumpled, huge. I think we're going to spend it. We're going to cash out. Yes, we are. Hidden gear. No! Wow, I'm surprised. We're at 67, pretty high. I guess we want the Oki.
We want possibly the shimmy yet again. This is actually tournament point. Match point again.
Wow.
ET.
That was so good. What a chase down. ET, can he close it out right here? And he does. He eliminates Reno. The fact that he caught him. Oh, man. And well, look at the emotion. He's like, just feels bad for eliminating his rival, his friend. Like, you could see how much passion that they have
he
right
put his head on his shoulder.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He put his whole head on his shoulder. He's like, man, I'm sorry it had to be you.
But the last sequence was so beautiful, because what ET did there was genius. He conditioned all of us to believe that he was going to close out with the hop jump shimmy. Reno sensed that, so he jumped back. So the fact that ET anti-aired the jump back with the command normal into the rev teleport to close out the combo, we all got.
That was sick. Saving it for the last part of the match, and that's classic conditioning.
Yeah.
Right. You're saving that exact tactic for the moment where it counts the most. And to be fair, Reynolds actually exhibited that as well.
Yep.
Right. In the way that he started off round one of that final game. So it's really, really interesting to how it all played out. But